Hi children. Today we are going to enter in the module 3, right? In the module 2, what we discussed, the same lesson, the devotional paths to the divine, about Bhakti movement, about Islamic and Safi movements, right? And Brahmanical Hinduism, all those things we are discussing in this lesson, right? So in that way, the module 2 means in the previous module, what we discussed, once I will revise it, okay? In that lesson, saints from Maharashtra, right? And Nadpanthis, Siddhas, Yogas, and about that information we discussed, right? So today in this module 3, we are going to discuss about the new religious developments in North India. Okay, so actually here yesterday's topic and module 1 and module 2 we discussed about the South Indian Bhakti movements, right? South Indian saints and South Indian Bhakti movements we discussed in that 2 modules. So now in this module, here North Indian Bhakti movements and saints, about them we are going to discuss in this module. Okay, so here in that way the topic is new religious developments in North India. Okay, in that topic now we are going to discuss about Tulsidas, Surdas and Shankar Deva, Dadu Dayal, Ravidas and Mirabai. About these persons now we are going to discuss. Okay children? So children, here the new religious developments in the North India. Okay, here we are discussing after the 13th century, right? After 13th century we can see so many developments in the North Indian side, right? So in that way there was this means this age was of different things, right? Means Sufism, Islam, right? And next the Hindu means Brahmanic Hinduism. Okay, and so these all the things and various strands of the bhakti of Nadpanthis, Siddhas, Yogas, right? They influenced one another. In this period they influenced each other, right? So whenever we can see the developments of the kingdoms and towns and kingdoms, right? In previous chapters we discussed about that, right? So from that time onwards people changed, their beliefs also changed, and in some areas their occupations also changed. Means occupations changed means here we can consider the traders, artisans, right? Peasants, labor, agricultural laborer, right? So they used to listen the words of the saints, right? So in that way here some saints like Kabir, Baba Guru Nanak, they strongly rejected the the old, means orthodox Hinduism, that beliefs they rejected. They don't want to follow that things, the beliefs. But after that Tulsidas, Surdas, who came, but that people they accepted the existed traditional beliefs, and they also wants to acceptance to these all in the society, right? In that way now we are going to discuss about the Tulsidas. Here Tulsidas, actually he was very devotional to Lord Rama, right? And he wrote one composition, that is Ramcharitmanas, that is in Awadhi. That he was written, that Ramcharitmanas was in Awadhi language. Here I want to remember you one thing children, Awadhi and Brajbhasha, these are the 2 categories in Hindi. Okay, so here this Awadhi language was used in the eastern Uttar Pradesh. In that areas that people used to use this language, Awadhi, right? In that Awadhi language Tulsidas was composed the Ramcharitmanas. Here this is the best example to express his devotion to the God, and at the same time it was a great literary work also. Okay children, and about coming to Surdas, here Surdas also composed so many things. Okay, Sursagar, Sur Saravali, and Sahitya Lahari, right? These all the things are composed by Surdas only. Okay, and coming to Shankar Deva. Shankar Deva is the saint of late 15th century in Assam. Okay, he also wrote so many songs, so many plays in local Assamese language, right? These are the three persons, means they wrote different songs, different plays, and different compositions in their regional languages. Okay, and next coming to here, in that way Shankar Deva was started houses, means namgads, to recipate the people to pray the offers to the god, right? So in that way here Dadu Dayal, Ravidas, and Mirabai also. Okay, here Mirabai, about Mirabai we will discuss now. Mirabai, actually she is the princess, she is the Rajput, she belongs to the princess family, and she married to royal family, belongs to Mewar in the 16th century. The period is 16th century. Okay, so in that period she was very much discipled about the Ravidas. Actually here Ravidas, one interesting thing I want to tell you, he was belongs to a untouchable caste. He believed to belongs to the family of a untouchables. Okay, and he became a saint, and he influenced the people a lot in that time. And Mirabai also influenced about him, and she followed him, right? So in that way here Mirabai wrote so many songs, so many kirtans, right, kavyas in the local language, and that was very popular and very much sung by the people of Rajasthan and Gujarat. And actually in her songs, in her bhajans, kirtans, and all the things, she was the devotee of Krishna. She expressed the devotion of Lord Krishna in her songs and kirtans. Okay, and she was strongly opposed the norms of the traditions of upper caste people, higher caste people. Okay, so here we can see the two sides of the coin. One way she was very much devoted to Lord Krishna, and one side of the coin she was opposing the norms of the higher caste people. Okay, means she is struggling for the equality of the people here, right? This is about Mirabai. So here, after discussing all these persons about Tulsidas, Surdas, Shankar Deva, Ravidas, and Mirabai, these all the persons, after discussing, after knowing about these all persons, we can know one thing. All the saints, all the devotees, they wrote songs, they did their compositions in their local languages. Okay, and that songs, bhajans, kirtans, all the things are to be used in their regional languages, and there the people use it to sing that songs in their language, right? This is the common thing in all the saints we can see here, right children? So this is about the North Indian saints, and next one more person is there, Kabir Das, and about Kabir also we have to discuss now. Okay, so let me show you some slides now. Okay, okay children, let me show you here some slides. Here you can see in this picture Tulsidas, right? He is writing something. By seeing itself you can understand what he is doing. And next Surdas, he was also a great poet and saint. And next Shankara Deva. Actually here Shankar Deva, I want to tell you one more thing. The essence of the Shankar Deva's devotion came to be known as Ika Sarana Nama Dharma, supreme surrender to the one, meaning. So the teaching of Shankar Deva were based on the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavata Purana. He also encouraged the establishment of satra or monasteries for transition of knowledge. His major compositions included Kirtana Ghosha. Right, children? And next, Dadu Dayal. And the next slide, Ravidas. And next, Mirabai. Already I said about Mirabai, right? Here, an important contribution of Bhakti saints was towards the devotion and developments of the music. Jayadeva of Bengal composed the Gita Govinda in Sanskrit. Each song composed in a particular raga and tala. A significant impact that these saints had on music was the use of bhajan, kirtan and abhang. These songs, which emphasized on emotional experience, had a tremendous appeal to the common people. So whatever they did, all the saints followed the same things about the songs and kirtans. So here Kabir Das, I am showing you the slide. See once, all the children. About Kabir Das, I want to tell you something. Here Kabir, who probably lived in the 15th, 16th centuries, was one of the most influential saints. He was brought up in a family of Muslim Julahas or weavers. Julahas means weavers. Settled in or near the city of Benares, that is Varanasi. We have a little reliable information about his life. We get to know of his ideas from a vast collection of rivers called Sakhis and Pads, said to have been composed by him and sung by wandering bhajan singers. So children, here Kabir's teachings were based on a complete, indeed vehement rejection of the major religious traditions. His teachings openly ridiculed all forms of external worship of both Brahmanical Hinduism and Islam, the preeminence of the priestly classes and the caste system. The language of his poetry was a form of spoken Hindi widely understood by ordinary people. He also sometimes used cryptic language which is difficult to follow. Kabir believed in a formless supreme God and preached that the only path to salvation was through bhakti or devotion. Kabir drew his followers from among both Hindus and Muslims. Here, just now we discussed about different saints from North India, right? Okay, once again, I hope you understand the topic. So once again, I will revise the topic. Okay, here new religious developments in North India. In that, we discussed about Tulsidas, Surdas, Shankar Deva, Dadu Dayal, Ravidas, and Mirabai and Kabiras. Okay, so in that, first Tulsidas. Tulsidas is actually here. First, I will tell you. After the 13th century, all the developments, the kingdoms and towns developed, and people also changed their occupations. That time, this movement was started. Okay, so in that way, here Tulsidas actually he accepted the existed religious beliefs, and also he wants to acceptance from all the people. Okay, so here in that way he composed Ramcharitmanas in the language of Awadhi, that is the local language of eastern Uttar Pradesh people. Okay, and he was very famous. And after that, Surdas also very famous saint, and he also wrote so many things, songs, bhajans, kirtans, right? And his compositions are Sur Sagar, Sur Saravali, and Sahitya Lahari, right? And next, Ravi Shankar, Shankar Deva. Shankar Deva also, he is belongs to the late 15th century, and he wrote many things, and his songs, kirtans, all the things in the local language of Assamese. Okay, so after that, Dadu Dayal, Ravidas and Mirabai. Actually, Mirabai belongs to the royal family, and she married to the royal family of Mewar, right, in the 16th century. She belongs to the 16th century, and she was devotee to the Lord Krishna, and she wrote many songs and myths, many kirtans, right? And she followed Ravidas. Actually, here one interesting thing about Ravidas is he belongs to the untouchable caste from that time. He was influenced the people very much. In that way, Mirabai also influenced about him, and she followed and she wrote so many songs, and she was very much devotional to the Lord Krishna, right? So in that way, here her songs and bhajans are sung by the most of the Rajasthan and Gujarati people, local people. Okay, and she opposed the norms of the higher caste people also that time, right? So the common thing from all the things is they wrote songs, kirtans, bhajans, what they wrote, what are their compositions are there, that all the things are there in their local language only. Okay, means they try to reach that all the things very quickly to the normal people, common people. Okay, that is the common thing here. About Kabir also, he also wrote so many things in the local language, and he followed some cryptic language also, which we not follow normally. Okay, so these are the common things about the all the things. Right, children? I hope you understand the topic. We'll meet you in the next module.